Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Greenside Experience. Today is window install day on this project. As you can see behind me, the guys are in their basket, installing the windows. They started up, coming down, everything's getting flashed. Let's head inside and I'll show you in the back an actual window being installed. In this particular house, we're using Andersen E-Series. This is a very good window. We've used it many times in the past. We're very happy with the performance. Most importantly, we're happy with their lead times. That's a big issue nowadays, and Andersen really has their lead time and production under control, so we highly recommend them. So we're here up on the roof, guys. We're getting ready to install two windows in the openings. We've got our sills prepped already. We've used zip tape stretch so we can get a nice seal in the corners, and then a strip of standard zip tape behind it, so it gives us a full sill pan. Now there's a bunch of different ways you can prep a window sill pan. You can use a metal sill pan. We've used some other materials in the past to flash over the bottom opening. Important thing to notice is you'll see we have a little bevel here. So this bevel is installed there so that if we get any leakage behind the window, it can fall down, hit that bevel and drain out. So we've got Wheaton, the carpenter here. He's installing sealant along the top, all four sides, that'll adhere to the back flange of the window. And you'll notice we leave the top WRB loose. This is so we can, I call it the shingle effect. Once it's installed, everything overlaps like roofing shingles, so any moisture or water can drain out. Everything's overlapped, it drains out. We've got a J roller on hand. You always got to roll your tape. All right, so we're here on the job. It's pretty busy. I got plumbers, I got carpenters, we got installers. But I'm here with John from Andersen Windows. He's our local area rep. It's nice to have a guy like John come on site, give us any information or tips or tricks, I guess I'll call it, that we need when we're installing the windows. Make sure we're installing them to the manufacturer's specs and just an overall support from Andersen. John, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you got going on?
Sure. Thanks for having me out today, Mike. And so I just wanted to touch on the importance of installation. A lot of time, a lot of engineering, a lot of money goes into research and development to make sure that the windows are going to be very energy efficient and they're going to mitigate water, but that's only going to be as good as the installation itself. So when you have a builder like Mike with Greenside, who is very intentional about the quality of the installation itself, making sure that it's flashed according to the manufacturer's specs, that's going to be something that is going to last the test of time. And so not only is it going to serve you well for efficiencies for a few years, it's going to be good for decades to come. So Mike, thanks so much for using Andersen. We're happy to partner up with you.
Another thing I'll say to all you builders out there, we all suffered lead times in the last couple of years with COVID, and lead times and window orders, they have to be placed well in advance. And we found that Andersen has got a hold on that. They've got it under control, and their lead times are normal now. Whereas some other manufacturers, we ran into some problems and we were waiting for windows for over 12 months. But Andersen seems to have it under control. Another reason why we like using their product. So guys, on this particular house, we've got a primed interior. We've got a 5/8 SDL bar, simulated divided light with spacer bar. So that's actually a grill or a mutton on the inside and the outside. On the inside, it's primed. On the exterior, it's an aluminum clad. It gives that look of an old divided light window. And now that everything is kind of modern, we've got the thinnest profile we could get, which is a 5/8 SDL. So another nice detail with Andersen windows is this integrated drip cap. It's clear plastic, so it's basically invisible, but it comes with the window, so your siding guy doesn't have to come in with his own separate metal flashing and a brake and do all that work. It's integrated in. Another thing I wanted to mention, guys, so when we flash our sill openings. You can see here we used stretch tape along the entire width of the opening. Now, one thing I've always had a problem with is the cost of this stretch tape. It's very expensive. So in some installations, we've actually used standard zip tape across the bottom and only put stretch in the corners so we can get that stretch and seal that corner well without using an entire strip of stretch and spending all that money. So if you want to save a few dollars, because those rolls of stretch tape are really expensive, flash your bottom sill with the regular zip tape, make sure it's shingled out so everything drains out, and then just use the stretch in the corners. You can cut up smaller pieces, that way you're only using 1 roll on a house instead of 4 rolls on a house. So here you can see I'm standing in this huge opening. It's 16 foot wide by 9 foot tall. This is actually an opening that's going to take one of our large multi-slide doors. It's a 4-panel patio door, and all the units are going to slide actually this way, and they'll stack upon one another. So we'll have a huge clear opening when it's opened up for those nice warm summer days. Now this is an animal unto itself. We're not going to install this today. That'll be another video. But you will see that it's in a wall that's much thicker, and that's to accommodate all the sliding panels. And we're going to have to install a sill pan. So it's going to be a little bit different from a window where we're just taping the bottom sill and letting it drape over. This is actually going to have a back dam because it's a patio door. So we'll flash all that so that the water can escape out if any water gets in underneath the sill. And this door is going to have an automatic opener. Homeowners don't know about that yet. We're going to give that to them with their sponsorship of Anderson Windows, so thanks, Anderson. And that's going to be a unit mounted in the wall cavity that's going to automatically open these doors with a touch of a button. So stay tuned for that video.